a second supplementary to the Minister in light of the comments about the time delay in establishing the bail accommodation in Moree, which was promised March 2024. A question in relation to the priorities of the Attorney-General in relation to pursuing this important work compared to other work such as changing titles of magistrates and how important the relative work is.
Trevor Carter, very happy.
I mean, I think it's be careful when you get sent a bit of paper that asks, what our record is in relation to this and our pursuit of these matters. Let's just be clear that in relation to some of the changes that we've made around the bail, the Coalition did a deal with the Greens in relation to this, which will mean that the sunset on the changes is brought forward.
Point of order has been taken. The Honourable Susan Carter.
The question was very specific. It did not deal generally with the whole issue of bail. It dealt with the priority of allocating time to bail accommodation in Moree compared to other changes such as magistrates.
To the point of order.
To this, I just think this is beyond ridiculous. The Attorney-General is focused on regional crime and driving...
Let me just rule on the point of order.
But the point that I would make is here, if you're really trying to make accusations around the Attorney-General, you're really barking up the wrong tree here. The Attorney-General is singularly focused on changes to bail. We are looking very closely, and he is examining every bail decision in relation to the way in which we are seeing crime dealt with. I know that people don't like it, but there is actually some good news here. Occasionally you need to recognise that the elements that we've put in place, that you watered down, are actually are beginning and hopefully showing some green shoots and some support for seeing stats that are going down. I think everyone would agree. Well, I'd hope that everyone would agree that stats going down is a good thing. But if you're trying to challenge what the Attorney-General is doing in relation to this, you are just wrong. I know, and we all know, how closely there are very good people in agencies who are working through very diligently in trying to establish the bail service in Moree. It's very easy from the cheap seats to be critical of how that has gone. The point that I would make is if there's any suggestion that the priorities of the Attorney-General of this government are somehow lacking as we basically establish this service, then it's just absolutely wrong. And the amount of work that has gone into it is continuing, and it is a very high priority. To suggest otherwise is just ridiculous.
Mr Deputy President, I rise to take note of answers given in relation to the bail accommodation at Moree and the work that is being done in relation to the Moree place-based response. And I note that today we have a 13-year-old boy in Moree who, while on bail, was involved in a very serious assault on a 52-year-old motel owner in Moree, and that 13-year-old, after that assault, is back on bail. Now, if this government had actually done what they said they would do 18 months ago and provided bail accommodation in Moree, that situation may be different. But the reality is, having recognised the need, having promised to address that need, this government has not addressed this need. They have not provided that bail accommodation. There was nowhere to hold that 13-year-old safe for that 13-year-old and safe for the community in Moree. So that boy is back on bail. If the government, when they promised to review the 22C bail laws that they added to make their laws tougher, as we've been told, if they had fulfilled the promise that the Attorney-General made at that time and conducted the review of those bail laws, a review which is still outstanding and a review which we know, as of estimates, has not even been commenced. If they had actually done that review, they may have had cause to look at the fact that those laws apply to 14 to 18-year-olds. And perhaps the 13-year-old who is on bail today, the 13-year-old who committed a very serious assault on a man allegedly while he was on bail, perhaps that may not have happened if this government had actually taken this problem seriously. They promised an action plan within 6 months to guide what was happening in Moree. It is very clear that action plan has not even been done and no actions have been assigned. They promised bail accommodation, they promised appropriate bail laws. We don't get appropriate bail laws unless we evaluate and test and consider, and that is not happening under this government. That is simply not happening. This is not a problem that we can ignore. This is a problem which has real impact for young people and has real impact for people, especially in our regional communities, and it is a problem which needs serious consideration.